You ever wonder what makes some leaders and some companies so incredibly influential? I mean, how do they inspire this passionate loyalty while so many others just struggle to get noticed? Well, it turns out there's a powerful, kind of hidden pattern at play. And over the next few minutes, we're going to break it all down.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like a strange question, right? A massive tech company and a legendary civil rights leader. But as different as they are on the surface, they both tapped into the exact same human instincts to inspire people and move them to action.
And that's the secret we're unlocking today. There is a super consistent pattern to how all these inspiring leaders and organizations think, act, and communicate. And what's really fascinating is that it's the complete opposite of how almost everyone else does it.
So to really get this inspiring approach, let's first look at the standard one. I'm talking about how most companies market themselves, how most managers lead their teams, and honestly, how a lot of us even write our resumes. It's totally logical, it's safe, and it is completely uninspiring.
This probably feels pretty familiar. It starts from the outside and works its way in. Companies tell you what they do. We make great computers. Then maybe they'll tell you how they do it. They're beautifully designed and so simple to use. But when you get to the why, well, there's usually just silence. The core purpose, the actual belief driving it all, it's missing.
And this slide really highlights the huge difference. Most companies lead with their products and all the features. But those inspiring leaders and brands, nope, they lead with purpose. They're communicating from a place of passion, not just process.
Which brings us to the core idea, this incredibly powerful framework that was discovered by Sinek. It is the key that unlocks how these inspiring leaders build such amazing followings, and he calls it the Golden Circle.
So what is it exactly? Well, you can think of the Golden Circle like a map. It's a framework that explains how these legendary figures are able to inspire people, not by manipulating them, but by tapping into something fundamental about what makes us human. And here it is. It's so simple, right? It's just 3 circles, one inside the other. On the outside, you've got what? I mean, every single company on the planet knows what they do. Inside that is how, the processes or the values that make them special. But right there, at the very center, at the core of it all, is the why. Let's break this down. The why. Now, it isn't about making money. That's a result. The why is your purpose, your cause, your core belief. It's the real reason your organization even exists. The how is how you bring that belief to life. And the what? The what is just the tangible proof of that belief, the products you sell or the services you offer.
And here it is. This is the revolutionary flip. Instead of starting with what's easiest to explain, great leaders start with what's most important. They start from the inside out. They start with why. Okay, that sounds good, but why is this so effective? Why does starting with your purpose make such a huge difference? Well, it's not just some clever communication trick. It's actually rooted in biology, in how our brains are literally wired.
This quote is everything. It's the core message of this whole idea. People don't connect with your product specs on a deep emotional level. They connect with your mission, your vision, your belief. That is what builds the kind of loyalty that goes way beyond price tags and features.
See, when you talk about what you do, you're speaking to the analytical part of the brain. But when you communicate your why, you're talking directly to the part of the brain that controls our emotions, our behavior, and our decision-making. That's how you build real trust and a genuine following.
Think about it this way. Pretty much anyone can give you a plan to follow. That's just management. But a true leader gives you a vision, a purpose. And that's what inspires people to give it everything they've got, not because they have to, but because they want to.
So this isn't just some abstract theory about famous leaders. This is a practical tool that you can use. Whether you're building a business, leading a team, or even just trying to find more meaning in your own work, it all starts with one simple question.
This is it. This is the question that can change everything. And look, it's not always easy to answer, but figuring it out is probably the most important work you can do. What's the fundamental purpose that drives you? What's the contribution you want to make to the world?
And you know, the beautiful part is, once you get crystal clear on your purpose, on your why, all the other pieces just start to fall into place. The path forward, the actions you need to take, the things you need to build, all of it becomes so much clearer and more authentic.
We are all kind of conditioned to focus on the tangible stuff, right? The immediate tasks right in front of us. We're constantly making lists of what we need to get done. But that approach only gets us so far. It can lead to burnout
and that feeling of just being lost.
So I want you to try shifting your focus. Stop getting lost in the what and start grounding yourself in the why. Because when you know your why, you have a filter for every single decision, you have a constant source of passion, and you have a story that will inspire others to join you. And that, my friends, is how you truly inspire action.